the $0 chicken hack that gets you eggs every day, 100% natural. Most people spending money on poultry vitamins, medications, and supplements don't realize that the answer to healthier, more productive hens has been sitting in their kitchen the whole time. One garlic clove. That's it. No powders, no chemicals, no vet bills. Just one crushed garlic clove dropped into your chicken's water bowl. And, honestly, the results will genuinely surprise you. If you want more tips like this straight to your feed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It truly means the world to this channel. Why garlic works, and why chickens need it. Garlic has been used as a natural health booster for animals and humans alike for thousands of years, and for good reason. It contains a powerful compound called allicin, which is released the moment you crush or chop a fresh clove. Allicin is naturally antimicrobial, antifungal, and antiparasitic, meaning it fights off the kinds of internal threats that quietly drain your flock's energy and reduce egg production without you ever seeing visible symptoms until things get serious. Chickens under constant low-level stress from parasites, pathogens, or weak immunity simply don't lay consistently. Their bodies redirect energy towards survival instead of production. Garlic helps tip that balance back in your favor, naturally, cheaply, and without any withdrawal periods or chemical residues in your eggs. How to prepare it? The exact method. This is where a lot of people overcomplicate things. You do not need garlic powder, garlic extract, or any processed product. Fresh is always best. And here's the method that works consistently. Take one fresh garlic clove and crush it firmly. A flat knife or the bottom of a glass works perfectly. Crushing is important because it activates the allicin. Drop the crushed clove directly into a standard-sized water bowl or drinker of approximately 1 to 2 liters. Let it sit and steep in the water for a full 24 hours before giving it to your flock. After 24 hours, the water has absorbed enough of the active compounds to be genuinely effective. You can leave the clove in the drinker or remove it. Either way is fine. The dosage is simple. 1 crushed clove per 1 to 2 liters of water. Steep for 24 hours. Refresh every 2 to 3 days. For larger flocks using a 10-liter drinker, use 4 to 5 crushed cloves. Scale proportionally. The ratio stays the same. One thing to be clear about, do not use the water immediately after dropping the clove in. The 24-hour steeping time is not optional. It's what makes this actually work. Fresh tap water with a clove just thrown in has minimal benefit. The infused water is what delivers the goods. So, what can you actually expect to notice in your flock? Within the first week or two of consistent use, most homesteaders report a noticeable improvement in flock energy. Hens that were, kind of lethargic or inconsistent layers tend to become more active and alert. Feather quality improves over time too. But the biggest and honestly most satisfying change? Egg production becomes more regular and consistent, the kind of daily laying rhythm that every homesteader is chasing. The reason behind this goes beyond just the antimicrobial effect. Garlic also acts as a mild natural dewormer, helping to control internal parasites that compete with your chickens for nutrients. A hen that is not fighting a parasite load internally has more energy and more nutritional resources directed toward egg production. It is really that straightforward. Beyond the gut and parasite benefits, garlic supports the respiratory system, something that matters enormously on a homestead where chickens are kept in coops, especially during damp or cold seasons when respiratory illnesses can spread quickly through a flock. The most common mistake people make? The biggest mistake is inconsistency. Garlic water works as a preventative health tool, not as a one-off cure. You need to be doing this regularly, every 2 to 3 days as a standard routine, not just when you notice something is wrong. Think of it the same way you think about clean bedding or fresh feed. It is part of the regular maintenance that keeps your flock in top condition year-round. The second mistake is using too much. More is not better here. Stick to 1 crushed clove per 1 to 2 liters of water. Excess garlic can affect the flavor of your eggs, a concern that some homesteaders raise, though at the correct dosage, this is rarely an issue. If you scale up your drinker size, scale the garlic proportionally, 4 to 5 crushed cloves for a 10-liter drinker. Keep that ratio consistent, and you will not run into problems. Why does this beat expensive supplements? Walk into any feed store, and you will find shelves of poultry supplements, tonics, and immune boosters, most of them with price tags that add up fast over a season. The active ingredients in many of them are variations of what garlic already provides naturally, just processed, packaged, and marked up significantly. A single bulb of garlic costs almost nothing and will last you weeks. You know exactly what is going into your chicken's water. There are no additives, no preservatives, and no guessing about what the label actually means. For a homesteader trying to run a profitable, sustainable operation, this kind of low-cost, high-impact practice is exactly what makes the difference between a flock that performs and one that just survives. It is also worth pointing out that garlic is entirely safe for chickens when used at the right amounts. There is no withdrawal period before eating your eggs, no need to discard eggs after treatment. The eggs you collect while your hens are on garlic water are perfectly safe, natural, and healthy to eat. So, when should you be consistent and when should you increase frequency? For a healthy, well-maintained flock, garlic water every 2 to 3 days is sufficient as a standard maintenance routine. However, if you are heading into a wet season, noticing slightly ruffled feathers, or seeing a dip in laying frequency, increase the frequency to every day for 1 to 2 weeks. Think of it as a short boost period, after which you return to your every 2 to 3 day rhythm. Also, pay attention to the seasons. The period just before a heavy molt, or during the transition from summer to cooler months, is when your flock's immunity tends to dip naturally. Making garlic water a consistent part of your routine going into those periods means you are working proactively rather than reactively. And that is always the better position to be in on a homestead. The beauty of this approach is in how low the effort is relative to the results. Crushing 1 garlic clove takes 10 seconds. Dropping it in the water drinker takes another 5. But done consistently over weeks and months, it quietly builds a healthier, more resilient flock. One that lays more reliably, gets sick less often, and costs you significantly less in vet visits and emergency supplements. Nature gave us everything we need to raise healthy animals long before feed stores existed. Sometimes the most powerful tools really are the cheapest ones. This is one of those cases. If this video helped you, go ahead and share it with someone on the homestead journey. And if you haven't already, subscribing to the Profitable Homestead takes just 1 click and keeps practical, money-saving content like this coming your way. Every clove counts.